Just purify that which has nothing to do with having or not having. This is not difficult. Just listen to the essence. It has nothing to do with having or not having. It has nothing to do with having something or not having something. Cut through the deluded knowing itself. If everyone can bless and help one another to bless, the work will be lightened up. Wherever you go, you can help Luang Por fully. This is very important. This is the point that is important. That which has nothing to do with disengagement, it has to be fully. In this way, it will be empty out from the knowing, from acknowledging. That which has nothing to do with disengagement will enable to not be entangled with knowing, receiving sensations, senses, contact with senses and receiving sensations. The extinction and acknowledgement has to be at the same time. Otherwise, knowing, acknowledging will not know to purify and not enough to purify. The foundation of that which has nothing to do with engagement or disengagement has to be there. Use the natural extinction as the foundation. The usage of the mind, the usage of body-mind. In this way, when you use knowing, there will not be any messiness. Acknowledgement will have the foundation of purification. This is called cutting deluded knowing. Cutting through. Natural cutting through. That which has nothing to do with disengagement or not will help cutting through naturally. So give it fully, constantly. The seer is not the cutting from perception of knowing. This is not seeing and then cutting. Constantly give that which has nothing to do with engagement or disengagement. This is beyond arising and ceasing. So it is the foundation for the usage of the gates of perception, because it is linking with samsara, so that it will be linking in the way of purification. This is not linking in the way of metal linking. Linking is entangled, stuck, being stuck in the link. Therefore, the perception, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind, sense organs are already assumed up, formed up. Just use the foundation of Nirodha and Nibbana, natural extinction, and emptiness as a conclusion only, that which has nothing to do with engagement or disengagement right away. There is no need to be concerned with the body minds. They have formed up already. They naturally work as they are. Just use the conclusion of the natural extinction to purify right away. With these, the sense organs will become the medium of helping cut through the natural extinction and the emptiness, for helping purifying for samsara without difficulty. Not involved within the non-involvement itself. Cut through right away. There is no need to be concerned with practicing in whatever ways with the body and the mind. There is no need to be concerned with knowing and seeing, to practice in whatever ways. Constantly use the conclusion. It has nothing to do with engagement or disengagement right away. From not attached to the non-attachment itself right away. Not grasping for the non-grasping itself. You won't miss anything. That is keeping you out of not cutting deluded knowing. Keeping you out again and again, cut through for samsara. Cut through deluded knowing for samsara only. This is keeping you out from not cutting from the deluded knowing. This is both correcting and keeping out. Even you getting worse, is still enabled to correct it in time. This is the era of cutting deluded knowing only. It cannot be in other ways. Help one another to cut through deluded knowing only. And use these terminologies normally. Nothing that is extraordinary. Like the dog looking at the stars cannot reach there. Use it. Use terminologies in the way that is natural and normal. From disengagement that is not even disengagement itself, use it normally. Cut through deluded knowing normally for samsara, with samsara. Is subjected to refining how to bless in everyone. The longer it is, the more ripe it is. Therefore, it depends on one's own refinements for blessing.
สิ่งที่มันไม่เกี่ยวตัวไม่เกี่ยว
That which has nothing to do with, not involve even the non-involvement itself. This will also help you to not involve with the whole system of the mind simultaneously. Enable. If you are at the knowing, the seeing, purely at the mind, that is like staying with suffering, the attempt to dwell, and the objects of dwelling is also the suffering. The attempt to dwell within the mind is the suffering itself. Whatever that is dwelling in is the suffering. So it's like suffering and suffering altogether. That is not beneficial for blessing at all. So refine how to help cut through deluded knowing intensively. That which is not having anything to do with disengagement simultaneously. Let it be intensive simultaneously with knowing.